ever feel left behind in life, this one's for you. This is what your 20s are about. I love being in my 20s, but I also hate being in my 20s because I feel so far behind and I feel so confused in life. I feel like that's a part of being in your 20s. You're meant to be confused. You're meant to take leaps. You're meant to take risks. And it may seem like people are moving on so quickly with their life. I feel like no one really talks much about how you feel left behind in life when you're in your 20s. And when you're seeing everyone around you get on with life and you're actually in the same place. And that is what I'm actually going through at the moment. Everyone around me is growing, evolving, and getting into their careers, getting into their lives. Some are married, some people have kids, and many people my age or even younger, married, have kids. Even some of my friends married, have kids, have their corporate jobs, and are doing their thing. And I'm so happy for them. But at the same time, I feel so behind in life. And I'm here to tell you that is actually a very normal feeling. This year, especially for me, has been a year of growth. Growth in the sense of curing my mental health and taking care of myself and figuring out who I am as a person and what I want with life. And for other people, this has been a career-changing year or a life-changing year. And for me, it's been a mental health journey year where 2025 will always be remembered as the year where my mental health changed for the better. In this age of social media, people post on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you name it, Facebook, anything. People are posting their lives. And normally people post all the good things in their life. So you don't really see what's going on in the background, if they're fighting mental health, if they're going through hard financial times, if they're going through family problems. No one really sees those things. People only see what we're allowing them to see, and majority of the time it is the good things that we're allowing them to see on social media. On social media, people could be posting the most happiest time of their life. They're on holiday, they're out with their friends and doing all sorts of things, but in reality, when they're on their own, they could be going through something, but you will never know because people don't post about these things. It's normally kept to themselves. So all this makes it seem like people have their life together, when in reality they might not have their life together. They're just presenting an image of their life that you're seeing, and because of what they're showing on social media, it just looks like their life is all put together and they have the perfect life and everything is going so well, but in reality they could be fighting silent battles that you're just unaware of because no one really talks about them. So comparing your chapter to someone else's chapter doesn't really make sense in the bigger picture because everyone is going through something. I always believe that everyone is always going through something, whether they show it or they don't show it. Everyone has their stuff that they're going through. And that's why you shouldn't compare your chapter to someone else's chapter, because you don't know the silent battles they must be going through or could be going through. You're just seeing what they're showing on surface level. Comparison is actually the thief of joy. If you're comparing your life to someone else's life and you're finding their life better, you're obviously going to see all the negative things in your life. But if you don't compare people's life with your own, then you can just focus on yours and give yourself the best, most positive life there is. I used to compare my life to other people's lives so much, and that really sent me into a spiral and really took me down a depressive route, because everything that I was seeing that other people are achieving, I wanted that. But because I was too focused on what they're achieving, I wasn't going ahead in doing the things it will take me to get to where they are, even though I shouldn't look at it like that, because I'm not trying to get to where they are. I'm trying to reach my goals in life. Remember, your goals and someone else's goals are completely different. You both don't have the same goals in life. So what I actually done is I sat down with myself and made a list of things that I feel like I accomplished this year. Whether it was small or big, I made that list and I came up with such a long list of things I've accomplished. Things such as curing my mental health, curing my anxiety, things such as becoming more confident. Like, even the small things that you've achieved it, and you should be so proud of yourself for achieving these things, because in years time, this 1 year of your life could basically change the trajectory of your entire life. It could be your make or break year, because if you sit down for a year or a couple of months and focus on you and becoming more aware of the things you can improve in yourself, the rest of your years could be so much better than what you expected. So I'd advise you, after watching this video, make sure you sit down with yourself, grab a notepad, grab a pen, and write down a list of things that you feel like you've achieved. And just watch how your mindset actually shifts, because you'll see the things you actually achieved on paper, and then you will realize you've done more this year than you could actually imagine. You need to give yourself credit for even the small things in life, because they do matter so much. So make sure you sit down with yourself and your thoughts and appreciate the small things in life, and appreciate the small things that you've achieved, but they're actually bigger than what you think they are. Being in your 20s is a crazy era of your life. Some people are so far ahead, some people are so far behind, but you need to remember you are exactly where you're meant to be. Your 20s is about figuring it all out. Take your time, figure it all out. Be risky, take your risk. This is the era of taking risks. Stop focusing on what other people are doing and what other people are achieving. Focus on your goals and what you want to achieve. Take that risk and aim high and just go for it. Push yourself to the max. This is what your 20s are for. People look at me and probably think that my goals are unachievable, but deep down in my heart, I know that they're achievable, and I'm taking the risk and I'm taking the leap and I'm doing it because this is what I love to do and this is what I know I'm meant to be doing. So remember, everyone feels like this in their 20s. Don't give up, keep going, keep pushing, and don't compare your life to other people's life, because everyone is going through something. Trust me, everyone is going through something. We just don't show it. That's just humans, we just don't show it. So if you needed a sign, this is your sign. Just promise yourself that you're not going to give up. Chase your goals, chase your dreams. You've got this. You've actually got this. You know what it takes, and you just need to push yourself to get there. This is what your 20s are about. I love being in my 20s, but I also hate being in my 20s because I feel so far behind and I feel so confused in life. I feel like that's a part of being in your 20s. You're meant to be confused. You're meant to take leaps, you're meant to take risks, and it may seem like people are moving on so quickly with their life. So guys, this is the end of this video. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. I'm thinking of doing a segment where I answer your dilemmas and questions in the comments. So if you have any dilemmas or questions, make sure you comment them below, and I'll do a segment where I answer them in my videos. It's time to become the best version of yourself. Remember, we're growing through this together. Bye besties.